Welcome to Math with Mr. J. In this video, I'm going to cover improper fractions and what they are. Now, when it comes to improper fractions, these are fractions where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. So the top number is greater than or equal to the bottom number. Improper fractions hold a value equal to or greater than a whole. So let's jump into a few examples here to help us better understand improper fractions. In number 1, we have 8/5. So you can see that our top number is greater than the bottom number. Therefore, we have an improper fraction. Let's take a look at modeling this fraction to show how it is greater than 1 whole. So 8/5, I have 2 whole rectangles to the right here. So we need to fill in 8/5. Each rectangle is cut into fifths, so we need to fill in 8. So for example, this would be 1/5. Then we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So right now we're at 5/5, 5 out of 5 filled in. And I want to mention, whenever we have the same number up top as we do the bottom, when it comes to fractions, we have an improper fraction, and that fraction equals 1 whole. So whenever you have the same number on the top and bottom, it equals 1 whole. But we need to continue here for number 1 because we need to get to 8. So this would be 6, 7, and 8/5. So you can see that we have 1 whole rectangle filled in, and then 1, 2, 3/5. So 8/5 equals 1 3/5. And we can see that that has a value greater than 1 whole. It's an improper fraction. So let's take a look at another example. For number 2, we have 9/4. So 9/4, the numerator, the top number, is greater than the denominator, the bottom number. So we have an improper fraction. And this improper fraction's value is going to be greater than 1 whole. If we were to have, I want to mention this again because it's important, if we were to have 4/4, remember, same number up top and below equals 1 whole. But in the case of number 2, 9/4, that top number is greater than the bottom, so this is going to be greater than a whole. And let's model this one. So we have holes to the right here, whole circles, and they are each cut into fourths. So we need to fill in 9/4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4/4. So you can see 1 whole there. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have 2 whole circles filled in. And then right here, we have 1/4. So 9/4 equals 2 1/4. So I want to mention that this is an improper fraction. Now, right over here where we have a whole number and a fraction, that's called a mixed number. And improper fractions and mixed numbers are equivalent. One is just in complete fractional form, and then the other shows the whole number plus the fractional form. But 9/4 and 2 1/4 are equivalent. Just like number 1, 8/5 and 1 3/5 are equivalent. So as far as number 2, I'll wrap this one up by saying that we proved that 9/4 is greater than a whole there. And again, we had an improper fraction because the numerator was greater than the denominator. So let's move on to number 3, where we have 4 choices, A, B, C, and D, and we need to pick out which ones are improper. So let's start with A, where we have 6/6. So our numerator, the top number, is the exact same as the denominator. Therefore, this fraction equals 1 whole. And in the case of this, our numerator is equal to the denominator. So we have an improper fraction. Choice B, we have 17/33. So the numerator is less than the denominator. That's what we call a proper fraction. So this is not improper. Now choice C, our numerator 42 is greater than our denominator of 20, so we have an improper fraction there. And lastly, D, we have 1/65. So the numerator is less than the denominator. Choice D is proper, therefore not improper. So there you have it. There is a brief introduction into improper fractions and some examples to show exactly what they look like and what they are. So I hope that helped. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, peace.